Grab your hernia belt because today on the Component Proponent, we're upgrading Caverna's bits and pieces to make this beefy game even heftier.
Saving your game from the mundane, the Component Proponent, yeah.
Hello and welcome to another installment of the Component Proponent, the series where we take a look at upgrades and enhancements for board games in order to increase our immersion in the gaming experience and, well, also just have a little bit of fun. Well, this episode, we will be taking a look at Caverna, considered by some to be the consummate worker placement game. It provides variability, has stood the test of time, and comes in at a moderate weight. And by weight, I am not referring to the game's complexity. I mean that this game physically weighs about 7 pounds. Except this is just the lid. And where some may see that as being quite an accomplishment of game production, I see it as a challenge. How can we make Caverna even heavier? Well, let's take a look at some of the component upgrades that will not only improve this game's organization and eye candy, but will also pack on the pounds. Hey viewer, please note that the majority of the upgrades featured in this episode were provided by sponsor and friend of the show, TopShelfGamer.com, who specialize in board game components and upgrades. Links to Top Shelf Gamer and the components that they provided for this video will be included in the description below. Let's start with organizing the cavernous package containing our Caverna pieces with an insert. For Caverna, I have chosen an insert by the Broken Token, not only because they produce high-quality, sturdy inserts, but because I've already featured their Caverna insert in a previous video. And so, in the spirit of creating less work for me, please enjoy this recycled footage demonstrating the Broken Token's Caverna insert. Alright, so now we have a box within our box, ready to store the game's components in an orderly, organized fashion. So, should we just stop right there while we're ahead? Haha! No way! It's not enough of an upgrade. It's never enough. After an insert, the next essential upgrade for any game is always card sleeves. Unless the game doesn't contain any cards, of course, because in that case, card sleeves wouldn't make any sense. But Caverna does have cards, right? Yes, 29 of them to be precise. So everything is now cool again. And to protect Caverna's 29 cards, you will want to use something like Mayday's 59mm by 92mm card sleeves. And you absolutely do not want to use the 56.9mm by 87mm card sleeves because not only will those not be large enough to sleeve Caverna's cards, but more importantly, that size of card sleeves does not exist, and you would waste a lot of time searching for them in vain. Now, Caverna might be light on cards, but it has a metric ton of wooden and acrylic wee little animals, including dogs and sheep and donkeys, wild boars, and cattle. Now, an upgraded analog for most of these resources is available. Some are nearly perfect matches, such as the dogs, the sheep, and the cattle. Others are close. For example, instead of black wild boars, I've been able to find pink pigs. I mean, sure, they're not quite the same color, but they are both of the species Suscrofa, and biologically that makes them very similar, so I think it should still count. The donkeys, though, are a bit of a stretch. Instead of donkeys, I was only able to find these wee little horses. They're not quite the same color, and of course, yes, horses have 64 chromosomes while donkeys have only 62, but regardless, I think this should also still count. But animal analogs are just the beginning, because this game also contains a wide range of resources, including wood, stone, gems, wheat, and vegetables. Now for these, I found a deluxe resource token pack that provides relative resource replication with wood and stone, gems, wheat bushels, and perhaps the most amazing gourd reproductions I have ever seen in the world of board game component upgrades. Seriously, these small-scale simulated squash are straight up spectacular. I love them so very, very much. Next, let's talk money. Now dwarves, even cave-dwelling ones, have been known to enjoy their currency. But the original, bland paper coins that come with the game simply do not scream currency forged in the heart of a mountain. It's more like they whimper. Sherman, our graphic design guy, was out sick the day that we needed to design the coins for this game. But don't worry, Sherman. I have got your back in the form of these 25mm metal coins made with zinc and electroplated with colored nickel and coated with an antique finish. These coins are so authentically dwarven that merely holding them may trigger spontaneous facial follicle forestation. Note, this is not a real thing that may happen to you. And if you're really in the mood to change the way you make change, you could use these dwarven gold coins for higher denominations. But, you know, even as wonderful as that idea is, it still makes me sick to my stomach in disgust when compared to another option, adding these Stonemaier gold ingots to your game to use as higher denominations. I mean, after all, what is more dwarven than hoarding the mineral riches harvested directly from the heart of Moria? Absolutely nothing! Except maybe parasailing. And the main component that's left for upgrading are the 3 stables for each player. The ones included with the game look a lot like the towns from Settlers of Catan, which reminded me of these town, city, and road upgrade packs for Catan produced by MeepleSource. Now with these, each player's color incorporates a different architectural design, including Egyptian, Gothic, Incan, Roman, Chinese, Viking, and Ottoman. Now the variety of styles in these packs would definitely add a different thematic experience to Caverna, which, may or may not be what you're looking for. An alternative upgrade was this set of wooden building upgrades, which is actually intended for use with Power Grid. Now, whether you'd prefer plastic, wood, or something else, these definitely add a little bit of variety to each player's stables in the game. So there you go. There are several ideas for creative ways to increase the weight of your copy of Caverna. And altogether, these upgrades increase the weight of my copy of the game by several pounds. And sure, my game shelf may now creak and buckle under the sheer weight of Caverna's shadow, but really, it's a small price to pay for tricking out the components in this game for no other reason than just to see it happen. Now, if these component upgrades aren't the direction that you want to go in, I hope that they still provide you with some ideas for customizing your copy of the game. And if there's a component upgrade that you think is worth talking about, let me know either in the comments below or at components@pairofdiceparadise.com. I welcome your suggestions and may even feature them in an upcoming episode. Until then, for more board game news, reviews, and commentary, be sure to subscribe on YouTube. And remember that videos like this are made possible by viewers like you who have been supporting Pair of Dice Paradise's Pod Pledge fundraising campaign. So thank you everyone for your support. And take care. Until next time, I've been Chaz Marler, your component proponent.